Seriously? Yes. I made this body butter, a magnesium bedtime body butter, out of, you're never gonna guess, hamburger fat. I'm gonna show you how I did it. For this recipe, I used half a cup of tallow, 3 tablespoons of avocado oil, 1 tablespoon of shea butter, 1 tablespoon of beeswax, and a half a cup of magnesium oil, as well as 10 drops of lavender essential oil. So this is my tallow. This is fat that I saved from when I cooked some hamburger, and I purified it. I'm going to leave that little icon box in the description below, as well as in the screen somewhere here, so that if you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out on how to purify your tallow so that you can use it for lotions and store it for other purposes. And don't worry, it is a very simple process to do. Okay, so I'm going to take, I have microwaved about a half a cup of water, and so I'm going to put almost equal parts. So I'm going to put just a little less than half a cup of Epsom salt. And so this water is super hot. I'm just going to pour it in there and stir it. And I'm just going to stir it until it dissolves. And that is how you make magnesium oil. Which is kind of weird that it's actually not an oil, but it's just magnesium, salt, and water. There are many benefits of magnesium. There's 600 reactions in our body that it's involved in, including energy creation, protein formation, gene maintenance, muscle movement, and nervous system regulation. But unfortunately, studies suggest that about 50% of people in the US and Europe get less than the recommended daily value of magnesium. So this I'm going to add in with a little bit of shea butter and drop that in there, and I'm going to melt this along with about a tablespoon of beeswax. And I just order all of these ingredients off of Amazon or eBay, either one. I've had good, I buy in bulk. These little beads, the beeswax, they like to stick inside this stuff. So I'm going to put this on the stove. So that's what it looks like, and I'm going to put this on the stove. So over here, what I have is just my little pot, and I'm going to put a dish rag in there, and I'm going to set my wax and oils, and then I'm going to heat up the water around it. Could probably do this in the microwave also. But I'll show you like this, just in case you don't have a microwave or something. It was years before we had a microwave. So I'll just put it like that. And I'll let it cook. So this recipe I'm excited about because it's my own original recipe. I did look at a lot of other ladies that were making this type of things, but I didn't really find something using the tallow balm and magnesium oil, so I just made up my own. And I'm used to making chapsticks and deodorants and stuff like that, so this is just an experiment. I also forgot I wanted to add about a 1/4 part of oil. You can use any oil. I'm using avocado oil. And I think a 1/4 part is probably going to be a few tablespoons. So I'm going to go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons. I think I had probably a total about a 1/4 cup of that tallow, plus that little piece of shea butter and a couple tablespoons of the beeswax, which is the emulsifier. So I'm just going to continue melting this. So I said a 1/4 cup, but I actually think I'm closer to a 1/2 cup of tallow. And I just want to mention that because I'm adding the magnesium oil, which is water-based, and I'm mixing it with the fat-based stuff, I'm using the beeswax as an emulsifier. So if you're not adding some kind of water to your fat, you probably don't need to add beeswax if you don't have any beeswax. But if you don't have any beeswax, then don't add any water, because if you don't, if you try to put water in without some kind of an emulsifier, then they're just going to stay separated and it's not going to mix well. Pour that into there, and then also going to add some essential oils. I'm choosing lavender. I'm going to put my stick blender in here and start stirring this. This is the magnesium oil that we mixed up earlier. Yes? Huh? Really? I'm going to put a little bit more lavender in here. So if you wanted to get this to a really whipped consistency, then you would probably have to let it cool down quite a bit. But I just went ahead and whipped it warm because I'm just going to try to get it to a lotion-like consistency. It's going to be more of a thicker cream, but not a whipped cream. But you don't have to whip it at all. It will be more like a balm, like a salve or a chapstick consistency. It will be a little bit firm, like a lot firmer. But this step is not necessary. I just wanted it to be a little bit more creamy, and you definitely can skip this step, not a problem at all. So that's probably about as fluffy as I need it. If you keep going, you can get it to a whipped consistency, but I don't have a piping bag thing, so I'll probably just leave it like this. And what I'm going to do is try to clean this off and get as much back into here as possible. Alright, I have to see. I'll have to do that later on. So I'm going to leave that here. That should be fine. And then I'm going to put this into these little containers and see how much of these I can fill. Probably only 2. Maybe just 1. You did? Dude, that's awesome. You're a pro. So putting magnesium on your skin is actually been proven to be more effective than oral supplements, such as like tablets and capsules, or even just eating a whole bunch of bananas and coconuts. It's actually easier to get the amount that you need through your skin. And so even taking a Epsom salt bath is pretty good, or just the magnesium oil, putting it into a spray bottle and spraying it onto your skin that way. But the reason I really like putting it into a balm like this is because when you spray the salt stuff on your skin, it can leave your skin very tingly, and it'll leave it like white and salty. So putting it in the cream like this, it just makes it very a luxurious feel and still very effective. So I just want to show you guys the consistency of this tallow balm that I made with the magnesium in it. So it's not as hard as a salve, and it's definitely not as smooth as a lotion, and you don't want to use too much because it can get really greasy. So you just really only need a little bit, and you can rub it in. And the thing that I like about it is that it will rub completely in if you don't use too much. And you can use this to help you sleep or on sore muscles because of the magnesium, and it's not going to be super greasy. I've been putting this on my feet and then putting socks on. If you look up one of these types of products that is similar for a magnesium salve or rub, it's easy to pay around $20 or more for something like this. And we made this for like pennies maybe, with some leftover kitchen fat and like what was it, like a quarter cup or a half a cup of Epsom salt. I think I paid $5 for an 8-pound bag. So, and a little bit of shea butter and beeswax, which you can pick up for not very much. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you give this recipe a try, and thank you so much for watching. You guys hear the thunder? Yeah. So you can see it's not super shiny. It's not super oily. It just goes on really nicely.
My head is so big.
Oh yeah, and I want to also say that this smells really good. It just smells very lightly of lavender, and you can't even tell that it has that we started off with the bacon or the tallow, the beef, the hamburger. You cannot smell it. Like, you'd be really surprised. But anyways, that's it, guys. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching.